Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a quick review here of the three home current generation console video game controllers. So I'm going to give you guys a little breakdown on each controller, and at the end I'm going to pick my favorite. Just to start off, I'm going to be using brand new controllers so we don't get any unfairness like sticking analog sticks and stuff like that. So they're all going to be brand new, and let's get started. Here's the Xbox 360 controller. As you might notice, it's red. It came with my Resident Evil 5 edition, and I've never actually used it before. I just put batteries in it right now to give it the weight that a normal control would, and it feels really good. I like the 360 controller because it does have weight to it. I'm not a big fan of the lightness of the PS3 controller, but that's just me. And the battery pack does seem kind of big on here. When you're playing, I mean, see if your hands are here, it's kind of a blockage, so your hands don't cross over, you know? So that's something that it could make a little shorter, or could have. The directional pad on here is just horrendous. And if you look at my old controller, I just want to give you an example here. I play Gears of War so much, and since you change weapons so much, this thing doesn't even like work anymore. It's like it basically just moves wherever it wants. So these directional pads are horrible if you use them a lot, but if you're just doing the occasional up and down on a menu or something, they work pretty good. I would not recommend playing a game with that though. Buttons, standard. They feel good. The triggers, I like the triggers on this, even though this one's squeaking for some reason, but I like the triggers and the bumpers. Yeah, they feel good. Batteries, obviously. So, this is the controller. And now let's move on to the PlayStation 3 controller. Here we go. I'm sure you guys all know what these look like anyways, but yeah, the lightness is something I'm not fond of really, and the size of the controller is really small to me. As you can see, I got big hands and my fingers just hang off the edge when I play. That's why when I use the Xbox, it feels good. My fingers all stay on, got good grip. But on the PlayStation, it's like my pinkies and maybe my ring fingers hang off a bit. So, I don't really like that. I wish they could make this a little longer, maybe down to here. It would be nice. I really like these analog sticks. I like the rebound they have. I don't know what to call it. Return to the center. It feels so fluid and ease. They just go back perfectly. Compared to the 360, it's just like, it feels more harsh. This just feels like simple. Yeah. A little better directional pad here. Still wouldn't recommend playing too many games using these nowadays. Since most are 3D, you're going to be doing this stuff. The buttons, basically the same as the 360, just click them. You got the guide button and stuff. No battery pack, as you may notice. I'm sure you guys know this stuff, but it just charges in itself. And the triggers, I'm not too fond of these either. I don't know why. It feels like there's too much, it takes too long to press them or something. I don't know if that's just me, but it just seems like they take a while to press. But, so that's the basic PlayStation 3 controller here. And now let's move on to the Wii. Well, first off, you'll get the Wiimote, and I'll bring the nunchuck in here in a second. So you got the Wiimote here, and you plug the nunchuck in there. I know you guys all know this stuff, but so how it feels in my hand, it feels good. It feels just like a TV remote. It feels good. This and this all feel good. Like when you're gonna click, if you're gonna be using the directional pad, the A button or the B, excuse me. These all feel well and fluid, it's good to click these. But this stuff down here, it's like a stretch to reach, you know, your hands like this and you gotta go down here or even lower. It just doesn't feel very comfortable. I wish they could have made a little different design to the Wii controller. Something that would feel better in my hands. I mean, it feels good like this, but something where the buttons are all focused maybe around my thumb or my pointer finger, maybe two triggers here and you can eliminate some stuff. And as you notice, it's also got a microphone on here. None of the other controllers have microphones, so that's kind of cool, even though it sucks, but it's nice. And the big feature is that it's motion controller, so unlike the other ones, well, the PlayStation has 6-axis, but no one really supports that too much. The Wii is basically all just point and shoot stuff, so you don't really need too many buttons to play. And then, let me bring in the nunchuck here. You got the nunchuck, real simple, analog stick, and 2 buttons. One thing I would have liked about the analog stick would have been the analog, or the nunchuck. One thing I would have liked about this would have been if the analog stick was actually dropped down a tad, so maybe if it was almost flush with this, because I find it kind of weird on my fingers when it's this high up. It would have been nicer if it was down here and I could just move like that instead of being up here. I don't know, that's just me. And of course probably making this wireless would have been nicer too, but that's no big deal since they're basically connected. All in all, this is a different design than we've all seen before, you know. Nintendo really thought outside of the box here, so I give them credit on that. But the winner between the controllers here, let's just throw these the main ones down here, and the winner between these, I'm going to say, is probably going to be the 360 controller, just because I like how it feels in my hand, because I have really big hands and it just feels good when I hold it, and the weight is something I really like. The 2 things that would have made it better really were the directional pad, could have made that better, and the analog sticks, the return to center, like how they hit back rebound or whatever, that could have been a little more fluid. But other than that, it's a really good controller. They're all really good controllers. I shouldn't say that it's just the best out of all of them, they all suck or anything, but it is the one I prefer the most. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos in the coming future. Bye.